Hello everybody, this is Felecia Townsend coming at you today with video number 14 in my video series. So I'm going to start this video off following the previous video where I talked about my road to, some people may want to call it enlightenment or maybe awakening or to freedom, to liberty. So this video would be about how I started my journey to finding God within me, or the love, the essence of who I truly am. Not just this body, not just these bones or this hair, this skin color, or my gender. Who I am goes far deeper than the physical me that you're currently looking at. But I didn't know that when I started this journey. I titled this "The Road Less Traveled" because we live in a world that's frantically focused on the external, on the outside of everything. We're looking for answers in churches, in people, relationships, in money, and cars, and drugs, alcohol, anything you can think of that is going to distract you from turning inward. Most people will do those things because looking inside, I don't know that they even teach this in school or any other place really that I can think of, unless you're part of a spiritual group that teaches this. But a lot of people are just focused on the outside, looking for answers on the outside. A lot of people are unhappy. They have no answers to why they do what they do or why they feel how they feel, and they look to numb their pain, their anxiety, um, with things on the outside of them, whether it could be food, um, a number of addictions. It could be technology even. So the answer to your problems, which is really comes down to one problem when you get underneath all that. But we'll discuss that later. But the answer is not found out there. The answer is found within here, within that quiet space within you. Now, again, I didn't know this when I started this journey. I was emotionally, mentally, just I was broke, and I was searching for answers to my problems. I was angry. I was blaming others for my unhappiness, and I needed to find answers. So this is called The Road Less Traveled. I don't know if you've read the book or even heard of this title before, but Dr. Scott Peck has written a book called The Road Less Traveled, and I actually read that book many years ago. I think he has a second edition out as well. Awesome book. So you may want to write that down. You can probably get a Kindle version or a used copy at Amazon or someplace else online. So just Google The Road Less Traveled by Dr. Scott Peck. So basically, this is the road that a lot of people divert from. They don't go down this particular road, metaphorically speaking, which is the road within, to find the answers that they're looking for without. So the first step that I did, and that if this will be helpful for you, then you can also try to do this as well. And it may be in a different place than where I went, but this is how I started my journey with meditation. I needed to quiet my mind. I needed to get away from all the people that I had been associating with. I needed, excuse me, I needed to, all the thoughts running around in my head. I needed to quiet those down. I needed to breathe, if you will. So what I did was, I, I don't know, for me it was a coffee house. I was not really a big coffee drinker at the time, but there was this one place in Sand Spring, Georgia that I would go to. It was beautiful. It had huge, beautiful windows. The music was really, really low in the background. It was owned by, I believe, it's like some Indian people. They were really, really super sweet. Had really great food, great atmosphere, just really nice, and it wasn't very, very busy. Now, I would recommend starting out in a very, very busy, high traffic place because it's going to be really hard to concentrate. So, um, totally, this place was perfect because I would go probably like early in the mornings. I would still be there through the lunch hour. It would be a little busy at lunch, but then it would die down within an hour because people only had like an hour for lunch break. So I would stay there for like 8 hours. When I would go, I would, I had like this little ritual. But basically, those 8 hours went by really, really fast. So I would pretty much just start. I have my books, have my journal, and I would choose a particular book to read, and maybe read a paragraph or two. I'd sit and think, you know, and I'd write out my thoughts. But when I first began, I pretty much sat there and thought about all the problems that I was having in my life, and I would write down what I was feeling, and what I was thinking. So I did this for quite a while. I'd go to the coffee house, sit there for hours upon hours. I'd have a block of time, and it was a very comfortable place for me to be. So that's what was required for me, what worked for me. Your place may be a home, someplace in your house when the kids are in school. It could be maybe at your office when everybody else is out to lunch. But I would suggest or recommend that you get a block of time at least 3 times a week and get by yourself, get alone, get either a book, a very self-help book or a spiritual book, something that's going to get you to thinking, going to get you to searching deep within for some answers to some pertinent questions that you may have, uh, things that are causing you angst in your life. So, and make sure you're comfortable. You're in a comfortable position, whether you be sitting. Um, Sitting is probably the best one right now. I would say I can do it pretty much anywhere now. It's been years since I began this, but you definitely want to be in a comfortable position and in a comfortable place where you can have the time to meditate. Okay, so that's video number 14. In the next video, I'll go over two additional requirements, maybe if you will, that should be in place for you to get a head start down this path to freedom, to self, to love. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. If you guys who are watching this video would like to find out what I do online to make money and how I plan to retire in 2016, I will have a link below this video. Please check it out. I love to lock arms with you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, Felicia signing out. Goodbye for now.